Okay guys, this is the little side thing, lean-to off the shop. There's a pasture back there. That's exactly what it is. It's got some trees in it. Already started taking out some dead stuff over there. No big deal, whatever. So basically around here, it's all oak. Oh yeah, there was a pile of gravel. The boy smoothed that over pretty well. And, I cleaned it up a little bit, but he did okay. He did ding my shop, but whatever. So, hey Jake, this is for you. Tell me that ain't fitting. Thing runs alright though, pretty decently. Alright, let me show you the land, guys. Trying to hold it pretty still. Right under us is a gravel. It's gravel. It's just been, grew over. So there's a pasture back in there. It's probably about 6 acres maybe. And then there's this. There's a pond right by. You might be able to see it right in there. There's a little pond in there. All these waterers do work. They're all over the place, man. And there's electric ran to most of them. So that is a plus. Let's check it out. There you go. And there's a lot of them. But this is kind of the setup. So that was the shop. I'm going back this way. This is the house. It's got a nice big old back porch. Look at these people did when they moved out. They had themselves a moving fire and threw a bunch of mattresses and garbage and just left it there for us. Thanks, guys. Anyway, so under us is gravel. This goes all the way back to the barn, which I'll show you in a minute. But I'm not going to walk all the way back there. There's another pond back there. There's actually 2 more ponds back there. And you kind of see a little bit better. So there's this field. And okay, so all the way back there, that's one paddock. Here's another one. There's another one back over on the side. And then there's this one. And then there's another one back here. And then there's a whole field across the street. That's probably 20 acres, I would say. It's pretty, it's not huge, but it's bigger. And the fencing all looks to be in pretty good shape. I took the skid steer around every inch of it. So here we go. Goes all the way down. Same thing over there. Yeah, we'll zoom in on it. There you go. And it's all fenced in. So that tall golden stuff, that is what you call tall fescue. It can be managed, but you gotta get it before it goes to seed, before you bale it, or else it becomes poison to the cow and it'll give them a fever. And if they digest enough of it, they can die. But you can manage it. Everyone else around here does. I've talked to a couple guys, and they kind of rub it off like, blow it off like it's no big deal. Just get it before it goes to seed. So over here, I'm trying to be steady as I can. Over here is another pond. And this is the one I was thinking about filling in just to have the space over here. But another little pond. Now, it wouldn't be that hard, because the dirt that they dug it with, it's all right there. And that bank too, so you just start pushing it in. I'd definitely drain it first. It ain't even that deep, But definitely, put a pump in there, drain it first, and then just start filling it in as she goes, Might, you know, fill it in, wait for that to dry out, fill it in some more, fill it in some more. It could be done though. Not that hard, but another little angle of it. Now this is fall too, so a lot of stuff is already browned up. But you can see where they did have their animals. What the hell was that? Big old frog. You know. So, anyway. I'm going to show you the barn. Now over here I was scratching around with the skid steer. And right under us is gravel. And then over here it's more of this stuff. But us scratching around, I mean, it's all on the side of this whole barn. You know, you can look down in the grass too and see it. So anyway, that's what's underneath that. Here's the barn. We've got another waterer. I haven't checked, but I'm sure it works because they all do. There you go. I mean, that's nice to have already done, you know. So here's the barn. And it does have all this Romex is going to go. I don't even like the look of that stuff. Anyway, 200 amp panel. Already ran and it does work. Kid was in here murdering, and I'm not going to talk about that. There's a pigeon problem that is a little less of a problem after my kid was here for a little bit. So anyway, these pens, I don't know, man. She had a friggin' pet goats or something. I don't know, but those are gonna come out for sure. And then you got this. I mean, look at these waters, man. Here's another one. I haven't even checked this one yet. We got it at the other side. Yep, it works. So we've got all this here. Look, the guy was like, had a plasma cutter and stuff. There's little weird stuff like that all over the place. But I'm glad that this stuff is here, you know. So here, I'll show you over here first. So this stuff was obviously, like, look at this. This is everywhere. I mean, it's underneath that fescue too over there. And it's like if you give it a chance to grow, it does. So that is pretty, I don't know, man. I'm happy about that. So that's a definite plus. And you look, I mean, this land too, I dug it up with the skid steer back there. I couldn't find rocks, and I went about 1.5 foot down. And I mean, it's, you know, it's red, you know, it's got a lot of clay, but it's not rock, you know, and that is a plus, you know. So, sorry I say you know a lot, because you guys don't. That's why I'm doing a video. Huh? Okay, so here we go. Now, a lot of this stuff, and all these gates, all these pastures, and like, there you go. There's some more. Look, you just walk around and it's right there. You know, you look over here. That's a good sign, if you ask me. I read an article about alfalfa. There's a strand of alfalfa that grows really well down here. I would like to try to incorporate some of that stuff. Anyway, so and today's date, it is what it is. I was sweating my butt off down here today. Like, it wasn't crazy. I don't know, 60, man, probably 70 degrees all day. So look at this. So actually, yeah, I don't know. That stuff is over here. But look, they left us, you know, some feeders. Yeah, thanks, guys. So there's that one. But this one's in okay shape right here. This one's trash. Let me show you the good one. Yeah, thanks, guys, for doing that. And, you know, a real sturdy trailer. Actually, the trailer's probably the nicest thing they left here. So, let's come over here and I will show you guys the field across the street. Sorry about that. Sorry about spinning you guys, man. I'm a spinster, you know. This is going to be hard to do one-handed, but you guys are going to have to get some shitty view from the crappy view. Anyway, so there's a horse ring over here. Ooh, why is that like that? There we go. Haha, you tried to get me. So there's a horse ring here that's going to come out for sure. I'll save the pipe. And look, that's a gate, and that's the road. And that's, I mean, I could make, to get cattle trailers in here and commodities in here, I mean, I could make, they could either come around the, watch this way, or I could make something right in here to easy access, baby, in and out. But, like, here's more of it. You look underneath and that clover's a real good sign. I don't know. I'm really happy about it. I know I keep talking about the clover, but, you know, it's a positive sign, that's for sure. So given a chance, I think I could do something with it. And over here, there's the well right there. That's a brand new well. That over there is the old well that they never tore out, and I'm going to have to tear out. So, alright, let me one-hand this thing again. So sorry I haven't been in contact with any of you guys, but there's no service out here at all. Like, yeah, it is what it is. Let's see if this one does. I'm pretty sure I already checked it. Booyah. And there's also waterers down there too. And then you got electric. I mean, they built these crappy little houses, but I mean, shit, it's underground and it's there. My power to this place is right here. Like, this is just a mismatch shit. I'm gonna redo this, but it does have the capability for auxiliary to put a generator on there. I'm definitely gonna do that. But look at this stuff. Like, that's not kosher to me. So I'm going to redo that. And it's basically got two parallel 200 amp services that are hooked up and work. So, and believe it or not, even this one works. These are jumpered in there. That works too. And it's all ran off 1 meter, which is great. Let me guys see, look, there it is again, man. Over everywhere. Alright, so I'm pointing you guys down because there's a glaring sun over there, and I'm trying to. But like, look at this. You guys have seen my street in Chicago, right? Here's my street here. Like, this is my road. You know, this is how you get to my house. I friggin' love it. Or this is how you don't get to my house. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to try to get this whole field here. And it goes all the way. This is the bigger one. Goes all the way to that tree line over there. And then if you can get it in there, it goes down this hill. And this hill's not even that big. I'll try to show you guys a little bit better. And it's like they just haven't done anything with this stuff. I mean, look at that. You could bale that right now. Because this is not tall fescue here. That silver shit or brown shit, that is. So, can you guys say flotation tires on your friggin' baler? Anyway, I'm not going to walk all the way down there because it's kind of far. But you guys get it. So those trees over there, there's a pond at the bottom. And this hill's not that big. It's really not. I mean, that's the hill. You know what I mean? Maybe it's a little, but it's there. So anyway, A little bit behind me. House is right over there. Couple fairy trees. They call these fairy trees. I don't know if I've already said this. Yeah, I think I did. And I don't want to be cursed. I don't know. So that's the field across the street from me. So let me get up here and then I'll do my little, Mr. Nate wrap up. And I drove the skid steer all through here. I did a video with my glasses. It's a little bumpy, but it's pretty smooth. Look at this stuff, man. Jesus Christ. Okay. Sorry. Man, I'm probably breathing real hard, huh, guys? It's because I'm fat and out of shape. So, that's about it. Alright, let me come over here and I'll wrap it up. And then there's this way, too. So, look at that. Now, all this stuff too, like these crappy little buildings. I'm gonna get rid of those, all that stuff. I don't know what it's all about, but a little too much for me. Look at that back porch too, I'll show you that. Here's the old well. Another water. I don't think I checked this one yet. Boom. And electric. So look at that. And the shop's right back over there. Hey babe, what do you say? Get over here. Get your patootie over here. Okay, you guys, thanks guys for scaring her away. Alright, so here's a bedroom. It's kind of cool. You got this little back porch area. Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know what you're... There was this... I was showing them the cool bench that they left us, babe. See, she loves it. Alright, and we're back. Here, I'll end it on this note. I know this video is long. Look at this. And I'm pretty sure it was a horse because it has top teeth. So anyway, alright. That's about it. Everything with the land. There it is behind me and across the street. It is what it is. Tell me what you guys think. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to.